Breaking news out of Los Angeles, aspiring rock star Mick Jammersfield is now homeless and desperate in the streets of L.A. Conditions he's battling include, but are not limited to, getting all his stuff stolen, drinking his own urine, and the roof leaking in multiple spots. Anyone with information on a home for this guy that will probably never make it, please call the hotline, 323-54-MIC-1.
Woo! All right, remember, check us out, Skull and Bones Radio, iHeartRadio app, Skull and Bones Radio, or iHeartRadio, my bad.
SkullandBonesRadio.com, baby.
SkullandBonesRadio.com. You may recognize our ever-so-famous open for this very popular segment. Mickey 3 Jammersfield and his homeless diaries. There's always something going on with him.
Yes, sir. I am in studio today, and I do have... I kind of feel like you guys have become like my counselors, and this is my therapy session. So I don't even know where to begin. I do know where to begin.
What? I'm not getting paid for this, though.
Hey, man, whatever happened to good friends supposed to lend an ear, or whatever the saying is.
That's funny.
I need a shoulder to lean on.
Also, we have been getting hits on 54 Mic 1. So, we got to have people that keep 323 54 Mic 1. We've already been getting people on there, but we need more people to call the hotline, text the hotline, give advice to Mick, ask Mick questions, and you will get on this show, baby.
Okay, so I need some real help on this one, though.
What? Spill it on us, baby. We're here.
All right, so talk about the theme of unwanted roommates, right? So we all know that some hobos, one of them dressed like a clown, ended up moving on the other side of the wall of me in the alleyway out in North Hollywood.
Okay.
But anyway, so last time when I came down here to do a show, obviously I leave here right after the show on Sunday night, and I go back to L.A., right, to be ready for school the next day, early in the morning. So I went back, and I go to lay in my bed, and I start noticing, like, why is a bottle of water, like how you have like that wrap around this bottle of water, how it says 7-Eleven or Arrowhead or Fiji water?
Yes,
that
label.
Wrap? Yeah, the label, yeah. I was like, why is there a label, bottled water label, on my bed? And why are my napkins from Little Caesars that I grabbed to use for, rear wiping, napkins, how come they're on my bed? And why are they all tore up? And then I'm like sniffing around. I'm like, something stinks, bro. And then I'm like, that's weird. And then I make my way to my small 2-foot wide kitchen where I have a little sink. And I go to reach my hand in my cookie jar. And it wasn't chocolate on my cookies.
Chocolate on your cookies?
It was not chocolate. It was rat crap. I had rat crap on my chocolate chip cookies in my cookie jar on my 2-foot wide counter space in my RV. I flipped.
That escalated quickly.
Bro,
that really got out of hand fast.
No, I didn't even know if that thing was going to end or not. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm very much distressed. I think I've got like 5 new gray hairs. I had nowhere to sleep.
That's pretty disgusting. I'm thinking about it now.
It is.
Why does it not surprise me that you have a rat?
I've never had rat problems before. I have no idea where they came from.
In an RV that doesn't work in the alleyway, there's going to be a rat.
But I closed my cookie jar. How'd they get in? I closed the cookie jar.
They can push it out.
It was rat doo-doo on your cookie?
Right, okay, so I reached my hand. It's dark because I don't have electricity, right? And I had like 10% or 5% left on my phone, where it starts to tell you battery's about to die.
Make it more tragic. We got to make sure that we throw that in there.
Well, it's true because, like as it gets to the end of its life, the phone doesn't it's not as bright anymore. It gets all dim to conserve battery.
Right.
So I'm using my dim light, and I'm like trying to find the... Anyways, I don't want to go too far with this, but anyways, let's just say...
You ate the cookie.
No, I don't want to go there!
Did you eat the cookie?
Let's not... Okay, if I ever run for president like Trump, I can't be having things like this on air. It did not taste good!
Well, if you're Trump seems to be getting away with anything right now, so you could probably get away with that, too.
I don't have $6 billion, and I didn't lose $1 billion to make another $10 billion. I'm pretty broke, bro. I live in an RV.
Hold on. If you give a mouse a cookie, did you give him some milk at least?
Oh, that was the other thing, dude. I promise you. I did not know that almond milk spoiled because I thought it was just traditional milk that spoiled. So I had a thing of almond milk on the corner. But it spoiled. Me? Yeah, dude. I didn't know that could happen.
How did you not know that?
Because it's not regular milk. It didn't come from a cow.
It's written on the front of the carton.
It doesn't say. It says almond milk, and it says with a hint of honey.
It says that I guarantee you, if I look at it, how much money will you give me if I go look at that carton and see that there's an expiration date?
Well, it's gone now, and it got chewed through by the rat. But even then, before I saw the rat chewings, I realized it was spoiled. So dude. Anyways, I don't know. So now I got a rat problem. I don't know how to get rid of them. I set up mouse traps the other day and I accidentally stepped on one, and it clipped the back of my
Nice.
heel, and that hurt so bad.
I'll tell you, rats are kind of like raccoons. They're disgusting, dirty creatures, but they're pretty smart.
Vermin.
They're vermin, yes.
Vermin, what does that mean?
It's like a
And
critter.
also, instead of cheese, like traditionally you would
Peanut
think,
butter.
you use peanut butter.
I did use peanut butter.
Nabisco cookies, or not? Is it Nabisco cookies?
The
Nutella,
Nutter
maybe?
Butters.
Nutter butter. I got a quick story here about a rat. So I'm at work, okay, and one of the producers for one of the stations comes up to me and says, "Yo, I need some help." I'm like, "What's going on, man?" He's like, "Got a personal issue." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, everyone has personal issues." He's like, "I got a rat in my car." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, there's this rat that is living and gangbanging in my car." And I said, "Well, that's impressive."
Gangbanging?
And I said, "Okay, so you've seen it?" He's like, "No, I haven't seen it, but I think I saw poop, and I know it's a rat. But you haven't seen it. Haven't seen it." We go out there looking around, don't see anything. His a glove compartment was messed up, but that was a different issue. He thought the rat was behind there, but something just fell off. So, I'm joking with him. I'm like, all right, you're just seeing things, right? So before I leave the car, I'm sitting there, and he's like, "Yeah, I think it's under the seat." I was like, "All right, under the seat." I take my fist and I bang against the seat, like, "Oh, it's under the seat." That thing, I swear.
There was a real rat?
Yes.
Ew.
It runs out of the seat. I screamed like a little girl. I was
Oh
like,
my God. Yeah, I would too.
runs out of the seat into the center console.
Oh, no.
Yes, under the seat, up into where the gas pedal is, into the center console. This is the first time you've seen the rat. I was like, oh my gosh, you were not kidding.
Oh, my God.
So then he goes back to the shop, and he talks to one of the older guys that I work with that said, yeah, you got to use Nutter Butter with a bigger trap. He had like mouse traps. So we upgraded him to like a huge rat trap we had with Nutter Butter. 20 minutes, that thing was in the trap.
Hold on, wait a second. You put Nutter Butter. What is Nutter Butter? The cookie?
Yeah,
It's
the
like
cookie.
the peanut butter cookie.
And where'd you put it?
I didn't do anything, but he put it, I want to say, like in the front where the gas pedal was. And he sent me a picture later that night. He got that son of B, and like, yeah. And then my coworker dragged it by its tail and put it in the
that's
trash.
disgusting, dude.
That's gross. How long have they been living with you?
How long have you
thanks,
had roommates
bro.
for?
Thanks for putting it out there like that.
Yeah,
Are they paying rent?
there's probably a ton of them there now too,
That's
right?
what I'm saying, because they reproduce, right?
Yeah, reproduce like really rapidly, like bunny rabbits.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me because, like, not only did they did they add more chocolate to my already chocolate chip cookies. Them things were like extra chocolatey, except it's not all chocolate. And
Surprised you didn't get sick.
but then they went in my bed and created a nest under my blanket, which I didn't even know until I already crawled in. I'm like, why am I laying in paper? And why is all this like nasty like twigs and what are the pine needles? What are they called? Why is that all up in here? And I was like, oh, it's a nest. And then I got really disgusted because I laid my face on the pillow.
Oh.
And then I went down and I was like, oh my God. So I went and got my box of Kleenex, right? And it's dark, mind you, so I didn't know. And I go to grab the Kleenex and I start wiping on my face and I'm like, why does it not feel like Kleenex? And then I flashed my dim light from my dying phone on the Kleenex and it had black hair all over that thing with like chewed up marks. And I was like, oh my God, this is just, I felt like I could have, I was like, if there's a God, take me now. You know what I mean? Like I went. Anyways,
They're gonna kick you out.
bro, I feel that way, and to make things worse, dude, I went to Home Depot the next day with like the $6 I had left in my wallet. I went down to Home Depot. I asked for a military discount. I pulled the veterans card. They gave me 10% to cover the tax, by the way. So I was able to afford it because I had just $6 in my thing. And I got glue traps, a couple of glue traps, and I had enough for one rat trap. And then I had some leftover peanut butter that from my PB&J or whatever it's called.
Right.
PB
Sandwich?
Yeah, what is it? Peter Pan peanut butter?
Oh, Jiffy.
Jiffy?
Jiffy. Yeah.
There's tons of different brands of peanut butter, but
I'm
it's
pretty
just
sure
peanut
mine,
butter.
I'm pretty sure mine was Peter Pan peanut butter. But anyways, so I go ahead, I put the thing in the trap, and I actually managed to put the trap together. I was pretty proud of myself. But then I forgot about it the next day, and I backed into it, stepped on it, and it slammed. It slammed on the back of my heel. And oh dear God, I think God could hear me all throughout the heavens. It was bad. I'm telling you. Like, I didn't think I was going to be able to walk again.
I think you're cursed.
Dude, I don't know what to do. And then the glue traps didn't work, and I just got my toe stuck on them. So, long story short, as you can tell, I'm a little bit exhausted here, just even from this story. This thing affected me. What do I do?
How about this? Why did you put the traps in an area that you would walk through?
I didn't think that far ahead, bro.
Yeah, well, that's your first problem.
I think you need more rat traps, and you need to use the peanut butter and kill them off. Just
But
kill
I
them
hadn't
all.
caught one. I had to reset the trap after I trapped myself.
Have you physically seen the rats? Like, do you?
No, but they keep leaving chocolate chips all over the place.
They could be just sneaking in, having their little weekend getaway, and then leaving right after.
I've never seen one, and I'm kind of scared that I'm really afraid that I'm gonna like wake up and hear like and they're gonna like bite my lip or something while I'm sleeping.
Yeah, they're going to be right on your face when you wake up.
Oh, dude,
You're gonna wake up. It's gonna be like that movie from that scene from Men in Black, where he looks at he's crawling around in the attic, and Martin Lawrence flashes the flashlight on two rats getting it on. Like,
that was in Men in Black.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys too. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say
The
that
rats
was
were
weird.
getting it on, so you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night. You're gonna hear them getting it on.
That's disgusting.
On your face, most likely.
Oh!
Yeah, on your face. But, okay, so the first problem that you're running into is that you're putting the traps in an area that you walk through. You don't have to do that. The rats will come to wherever the food is at.
Bro, it's an 18-foot RV with one walkway down the
Yeah,
whole
but you
entire
can
thing.
even put them in cabinets, bro. Like, they'll come to the cabinet.
You need to quit playing around with them. You need to really step it up.
I'm not playing around with them. I'm trying to get rid of them.
I
But I
think
keep
Mick's
trapping
getting
myself
lonely.
somehow.
He just wants the pet rats there.
No, not even. Dude, those were
You
the
know what
most...
you could do is you could get a snake, and the
Oh
snake
my God,
will
I'm
eat
scared
the
of death.
rats.
I'm so scared of snakes, bro. You have no idea. Like, snakes and sharks, I will have a heart attack if I see one.
Well,
yeah,
you
but
can
the
actually,
snake will eat the rats. So
It's going to eat me.
No, it won't.
I
How it depends on how.
I
big
heard
one
a
you
story of a girl's friend who stepped in rat poo-poo, and she ended up getting really sick, I think, from stepping on the poo-poo itself.
That's disgusting.
I want to say the
get. Well,
friend
yeah,
passed
they're
away.
disease
but-
infested.
Yeah.
They're disease infested?
Yeah, they're dirty things.
Well,
That's how the Black Plague was spread around.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes,
Do you think I could be contagious right now?
probably.
I can. You know what's funny? I did get sick again. I wonder if that's what caused it, because this happened 2 weeks ago. It's been a while
It
since
may
I-
very well have
You
been.
think that would cause it?
Maybe.
Dude, I was spitting like green stuff, yellow stuff. My nose was like terribly like clogged. I thought I was going blind for a little bit. Dude, it was bad.
Well, you need to fix that, man, because you could possibly get yourself very ill.
Well,
dead.
I kind of feel like I'm getting a lot of I feel like I'm getting a lot of finger pointing and no one's really helping me.
I just told you what to do. Put the traps somewhere where you don't walk.
But the traps aren't even working.
60% of the
you
time,
stepped on
it
'em.
works every
You
time.
gotta give it some time.
Mattman 100, what do you got?
Yeah, I think you need to be using a little bit of logic maybe moving forward. I think, the whole...
Call animal control.
Yeah. Well, they won't do anything about that.
I
They're going
called
to
them.
charge you for a lot, too.
Yeah.
I called them, and then when they showed up, they said, "Oh, we thought it was an actual house. We can't do this because it wasn't an actual residence."
Okay, you called animal control. You called like pet exterminators or pet, not pet.
You could call like
pest.
those pest control people.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
did.
pay, but
I tried to. This dude, I swear to God, he showed up. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't do that." He's like, "It's not an actual residence, and you're like in an alleyway, and I don't know who, like, you know what I mean."
Well, yeah, he's probably making sure that his safety was intact.
I don't know, man, but he told me like nobody owns the alleyway and it's like city property. He said he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
so.
but either way, I wouldn't want to go exterminate someone's RV in an alleyway.
It's a smaller quarters, and that's probably a surefire way to...
You know what
Die.
I would do? This is what I would do. I got the perfect idea for you.
oh god,
All right.
You get some lighter fluid. You dump it all over your RV and then burn that mother to the ground.
That's my home, bro.
There is no point in living in that thing anymore. Just
You're gonna
burn
take
it
away
to the ground.
You're gonna take away the only thing that I own in this world, and even then, I think I'd still technically owe the dude like $500 because I never paid him the rest of it. But
Yes.
Start over, man.
Yeah. You might as well.
okay, well, are any of you guys willing to let me come
No.
crash on a couch for a little bit?
No.
I'm good.
yeah, I'm busy. I got things
Well,
to do.
yeah.
See, that's the
See,
problem. And you guys
Mattman-
try to tell me we a family. Ain't no
Mattman-
family.
Mattman and I live together, so I'll answer for him. No.
Oh, yeah.
We can see, we can see who wears the pants in their relationship.
All right, well, you guys are butt munchers.
It's a mutual decision. We communicated telepathically.
Yeah, that's what happens when you live with someone for 5 years.
Yeah, too many years.
All right.
I don't think we can be friends anymore.
That's fine.
All right, well, hey, that wraps up that edition of Homeless Diaries. Hey, I actually came across something that's really interesting. I couldn't believe it. Stick around, because coming up next, we're going to actually discuss that and talk more about it, so don't go anywhere.
This is Batman reporting live from San Diego, California, the greatest city